Hello pretties, welcome to Versatile. So today I have my next 1 week 1 palette, and the first one we did was with the Mercury Retrograde palette. It was my first time really using Huda Beauty, and I've always heard, people say, oh, this formula just leans very pink, and I've always heard that, but I didn't really quite understand what that meant until I tried the shadows. I will say her shimmer formula is not my favorite. It was a little bit more flaky than I was expecting it. I had a lot of fallout. I could have used a glitter glue, and I probably should have, but I didn't. And that might have helped a little bit, but I don't always have to do that, and I don't get the same amount of fallout, so I feel like I shouldn't have to for the price point. Granted, I got it for a huge discount, but this is a $67 palette, So... oh, I forgot to mention, we have my co-host, Athena. Okay, and now she's gone. But I was really quite surprised with how coral and pink some of this peaches and warm toned looked. Especially like this peach right here, Utopia, it looks quite peach here. It looks very orange, but it actually came out very corally, which I wasn't expecting it. So it had a very strong pink undertone. Again, was not expecting that. And even this shade right here, Karma, now I was expecting this to be a little more warm toned, but it had a very strong pink pool, which again, I wasn't expecting that. And I don't know, I was just real confused with some of the warmer shades which were actually quite pink. There's nothing particularly wrong with that. It just wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be more true to color from what I see in the pan, but it really wasn't. Everything else, the mattes honestly blended beautifully. They built very well. They were not initially as like a strict pigment straight off the bat. They're more buildable, which I'm okay with that. I have no problem with that whatsoever. So they were buildable. The shimmers were quite beautiful actually, and I really enjoy this shade right here, Gold Glitch. I have 3 looks that I took pictures for that looks that I did, so I'll show them in a little bit. But I actually really enjoyed it. It's just, and you're gonna be able to see, except for the blue look that I did, I tried to do a more warm tone look with one of them, and it just came out very pink. I'm gonna try to do a better job about like taking photos of the looks, so I didn't have as much pictures as I should have had, but I was pleasantly surprised with certain things. The mattes blended beautifully. They build very well. The formula is there. I just was disappointed with the coloring and honestly the undertones of some of these shades. The shimmers were actually quite beautiful in the colors. I just didn't like how flaky they were, because sometimes I couldn't see the full opacity of them. So sometimes I thought I didn't have enough shadow in one area, and so I would place more and then it would create more fallout. So that was definitely user error on my part, but I don't know. It was definitely a different formula. I'll have to play with it some more. 1 week is not enough to make, like really understand the formula and how to work with it. It wasn't hard, it was just an adjustment period that I wasn't expecting. I will say though, when I got the Natasha Denona, Lord words, Zendo palette, this was before I officially started the 1 week 1 palette series, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna play with it for 1 week. 2 weeks went by and I was still not putting it up. So I just want to put that out there. I definitely, once I hit the 1 week mark, I was like, all right, let's put it down. I'm ready to move on and play with something else. So I just want to put that out there. It was a little disappointing in that end. It didn't live up to the hype that it has, which I was really sad about. I really wanted it to live up to that hype. I wanted it to be like blown away, but it wasn't. It wasn't what it was. But this is it. Like I said, I did have the look that I first created when I introduced the palette, and I did have 3 other looks additional to that, which I will show, I guess, now. Okay, I'm hoping editing me did all the work for me, and you just saw that look. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this away. Oh, Athena's back. If you saw my Sunday video, which I actually need to edit and post like right after this, I got the Lunar Beauty mystery unboxing, and I've never got anything from Lunar Beauty, and I got the Eternal Eclipse palette, which I know is supposed to be like the most boring out of all of his palettes. It's definitely a very neutral palette. This is what we're looking at. It has some like cooler tones, which is not something I usually play with quite a bit. And I have a lot of really smoky eye looks that I want to create. However, that's not what we're doing today. Today, I really want to just focus on the softer shades because I want to make sure that it's versatile and I can do more softer looks. I have put eyeshadow primer on my lids, but I didn't set it. And I'm not going to do like my whole face because honestly, I'm going to wash off this makeup right after I do this video. So I'm pretty much just going to do that one eye look, and we're just going to wash it off, and then I'll make sure to play with it some more throughout the week, and then I'll show you guys some videos. Some photos next time I do an update. I feel like I want to do a lot of really smoky eyes. When I look at this palette, I have like this vision, like very smoky, very grungy looks. But again, I want to do something a lot softer today. The first thing I want to check is two things. One, is dusk light enough for me to like set my eyeshadow base with? And two, is what's it called? Rose thorn. Jesus. Is rose thorn gonna look ashy on me? So those are the first two things I wanna verify. So I'm gonna take my glasses off. Again, I didn't set my eyelids. Let me get a little closer. And I do have the brushes right here from Lunar Beauty, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that. So I have 4 brushes. I'm gonna just go with the small brush right here, and I'm gonna grab that dusk shade. Okay, blinding you. I'm gonna grab that dusk shade. You know what? I'm looking at it, and it looks a lot darker, so I shouldn't. Oh, never mind. I actually probably could set my whole eyelid with it. Let me see if I grab more pigment. No, it's entirely way too light. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but it's way too light on my eyelids. This would be more of a setting shade. Maybe I could blend it into the crease, but I'm not doing that today because like I said, I really just wanted to test that. I really want to grab Rose Thorn. Ooh, and just pack it and see if it'll look ashy on me. That's my biggest concern. No, it doesn't look ashy at all. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. I feel a lot better now knowing that it's not ashy. Just gonna put that in the crease all over. Windshield wiping motions. I do feel bad because I don't want that embossing of the shadows to go away. By the way, my hair is looking a little crazy. I'm sure y'all can tell. I got a haircut yesterday, and my hairstylist Jessie and I, we decided that we're gonna take my layers in a different direction. And it was different, all right. And I'm sure, give it a week, once my hair like grows out a little bit, it'll look fabulous. But right now we're looking a little awkward. So we're just gonna let that be. This shade's actually a lot darker than I thought it was gonna be, and I quite enjoy it. I actually really like the brushes. Is this better than like my Scott Barnes brush? No, nothing is. But is it better than a Morphe brush? Yeah, it is. So just don't put that out there, because I'm testing these out as well. I've never had any brushes from Lunar Beauty, but this blended really nicely. Okay, why does this mirror look a little awkward? Oh, there's a little... This thing was like a little blurry and I couldn't see my face right, but now crystal clear. I actually like to hold my mirrors up like this. Okay. And I know I'm really close, I'm sorry guys, but I've said this before and I've said this again. I am absolutely blind. I can't see my own face. Alright, I do want to go with the darker shade. I kind of want to go with Summer Sky, but Summer Sky looks warm versus Earthbender right here. Oh, Earthbender. I do know that Manny is a, what's it called, Avatar The Last Airbender fan. Okay, so I want to go with Earthbender actually because it has like a plum undertone. And I'm gonna go, oh, I didn't realize it was tapered. So it's essentially the same brush, but just tapered and smaller. Nice. Okay, no. I don't want to go with that one, though. I'm going to go with that little flat brush. It looks like a darkened plum, this shade right here. Or I'm hoping. Yeah, it's definitely a plum. I should probably go watch his original video that he did where he came out with this palette just to see his description of some of these colors, because I know this palette came out a while ago. There's a little bit of kick up in the pan, but nothing too crazy. Okay, so far this formula does remind me a lot of the Lara de Los Angeles formula. I'll admit to that. It's very pigmented straight off the get-go, but blends very easily. They blend into themselves right away, which is a compliment because I absolutely love Lara de Los Angeles. If y'all know, you know. Okay, there you go. Just gonna grab a little bit more right here at the top. Bam. Okay. I'm gonna go back with my original blush and just blend. And I know I always said I wanted to do something softer, but I wanna kind of go into Meteor right here, which looks like a very like dark smoky shade. But I swatched it yesterday, and it's actually quite soft. This is very interesting. This is reminding me similar to like that Huda. Oh, sorry. It's reminding me of that Huda Beauty shimmers where it's not very opaque and it's kind of drying actually. I don't love that because I'm having a hard time knowing if I place the shimmer down or not. Okay. This is probably a shade that I need a glittery glue for because it looks more of a topper, and I thought it would be able to stand on its own a little bit more. Alright, well, it's not terrible. I actually really enjoy this little pencil brush. Okay, and then just blend it out. Okay, it definitely came out a little bit smokier than I wanted it to. I wanted it to be a little more softer, but I'm not mad at it. It's actually quite cute. It's a cute eyeshadow look. And I'm just gonna grab the leftovers and smudge it. Okay, that's the finished look, but I gotta have another eye. Should I just do another look? Yeah, let's go for it. Okay, so I'm gonna wanna do a warmer look. Grab my little color swish thing and use the same brush essentially. Bam. Okay, so now it looks clean. Okay, so I guess I can play with that shade Dusk and find out if it does have a little more pigment than what it looks like. Let me switch it off this way. Oh, it does actually. I could definitely have a down like a transition shade. It actually has a little more pigment than I thought it would. Interesting. Okay, and I'm gonna use Stardust, the shade right over here, just to deepen the outer corner. Huh, I thought that shade was gonna be a little darker, and it wasn't. Okay, well, it is what it is. I guess I can go to a summer day and see if I can really build that outer corner. Okay. Trying to make sure I'm still in frame. There you go. Bam, bam. Okay, I hope you guys can see this. Okay. Do I want to go smoky though? That's the question. No. I mean, I am, but not dark smoky. I think I'm just gonna do essentially the same look I just did before, but with this other shade, and just put it all over the lid. Interesting. This is a different formula of shimmers, because this one, unlike the other shade, is actually quite pigmented, and the base of the shadow is quite deep. So I'm just doing a smoky brown eye. Quite interesting, because okay, this palette actually has quite more versatility than I thought it did, because I mean, this eye look turned out looking quite pinky, quite plum, and this one's like a dark brown smoky eye. Oh shit, almost dropped it. This palette actually has a lot more versatility than I thought it would have. Like, I wasn't expecting to get something this pink or plummy from this shadows. I knew I could get something this smoky and brown. And I'm really interested to play with the bottom row and see what that looks like. Quite interesting. I'm really quite shocked, actually. Just the eye looks just look so different, both of them. Let me know in the comments below which one of these two is your favorite. I kind of dig the little purple plummy one, because I just wasn't expecting that from this palette. But it's a nice little surprise. So this was my demo with the two eyeshadows, and just imagine me putting the second shade on the lower lash line, and that would have been me completing that look. Overall, I really liked it. I like them. I'm excited to see what else I can do with this palette, because I'm actually surprised with how much versatility I'm having with it. Again, I can't get over how big it is. It's actually quite large. But that's it for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.